Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Emma here with my sister Haley again. So today's another reaction video. Today is something a bit scarier, more hardcore.
I'm gonna get so scared.
15 chilling true stories that are now horror films, which is scary because I love horror films.
I hate.
But you know what? I ain't a bitch. I ain't gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
And this is by Danger Dolan, by the way.
I'm eating chicken because I don't give a shit.
I'm eating all the
Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it with your friends, comment, and do the same to every other video. And yeah, let's go.
Also, oh no,
Danger Dolan. From voodoo-possessed children's toys to the murderer who inspired almost every horror villain, we look at 15 chilling true stories that inspired horror movies. The 15. Hard Candy. The story of a young girl luring a cyber predator into a trap and torturing him is based in some facts, surprisingly. The real-world inspiration did not have to do with the pedophile predator, but Japanese girls luring salarymen into dark alleys and beating the crap out of them. Jeez, that's embarrassing for him. Next time you see a kawaii schoolgirl beckoning you into a dark corner, you should probably stay away. Actually, what are you doing following schoolgirls into alleys anyway? Creep! Number 14. The Exorcist. True to the haunting, possessed by ancient demons and even the devil himself, surely it must only be the imagination of Hollywood screenwriters. Well, see, The Exorcist was based on a book that was based on an account of an exorcism performed by two Catholic priests.
I believe in that stuff, so.
Roland Doe, which took 30 attempts. The reports say the boy was violent, spoke Latin, and even had the words hell and evil appear on his skin. At least there was no report of his head turning 360 degrees around his neck. Not even demons could be that cruel. That one is on the evil screenwriter. Number 13. Child's Play. Okay, now you think, how could a possessed doll be based on anything factual?
I'm sorry, but I've seen Chucky, and
yeah, you got me there. But someone using voodoo on your childhood sailor doll is, or at least that's how the true story goes.
I know that dude.
Robert Otto, who pissed off the wrong person and cursed the doll. The doll was suspect of nighttime creepiness through Robert's childhood, even allegedly telling the boy it wanted his name. Robert the doll was born. Robert the doll is now a key guest at paranormal conventions with quite the infamous history behind it. So Chucky is real, if you are a skeptic, that is. Number 12. 247 degrees F. So if you took one of those Final Destination death traps and made the whole film about it, you would have this film. Essentially what happens is a group of people become trapped inside a sauna and have to escape, which is exactly what happened to three friends who got locked in when their friend went to the toilet and then decided to head home, not realizing he locked them in. Or did he? Seeing as no one was killed, probably not part of a murder plan, but let's say you wouldn't want to be locked in a deadly hot room with that guy anytime soon. Number 11. I Spit on Your Grave.
I've seen that.
Years and still to this day, this
She
film has been called
kills people because she got raped.
Rape/revenge genre, and it's based on a real rape. Nozachi, who wrote and directed the film, got the inspiration while out walking one night, stumbled upon a rape victim who he helped to the police station. After seeing the way she was treated by the police, Nozachi got the idea of someone taking justice into their own hands. So while people might call this film horribly sexist, it was made with the intention coming from a good place at least. I guess best intentions don't matter when you shoot one of the most brutal rape scenes of all time. Number 10. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. This little-known slasher flick is two things: underrated and based on a very true real-life murderer who was never caught. The film is your standard slasher fare about a masked killer terrorizing 1940s Texas, which happened with the Texarkana Moonlight Murders, where the Phantom Killer murdered 8 people over 10 weeks. The killer was never caught, but police arrested 400 suspects, which basically translates to, they have no goddamn idea who it is. Widespread panic was over the town and surrounding areas, meaning they really did dread sundown. Hey, at least the film didn't take the lazy way out and just call itself The Phantom Killer, or Moonlight Murders. Number 9. Snowtown, Australia, home of beautiful beaches, very drunk men, dangerous wildlife, and bank vaults with bodies and barrels just waiting to be found. Snowtown, while clearly based on a true story from the get-go, doesn't diminish the chilling nature of the murders carried out between 1992 and 1999 in the South Australian town. A group of killers led by James Bunting killed 11 people after torturing them, and then using barrels to store the bodies. But that's not the worst thing you could find in the barrel in Australia. The whole thing could have been filled with red-backed spiders. That would be terrifying. Number 8. Henry, Portrait of a Serial
I don't want
Killer.
to get
This gritty and
tortured.
dark look
Nah, I'd
into the
rather be
mind of a
freaking
serial
put
killer
with a
was
bunch of
surely
spiders
just
than
made
be
up in
tortured.
the mind of some sick, twisted person.
What did you
eh?
say?
Well, it definitely was from the
You would
mind of a
rather
sick, twisted
be
person.
put with a bunch of spiders than be tortured. But you're being tortured because you're being put with a bunch of spiders.
Anywhere between 11 and
True.
3,000 people, depending on who you believe. Of course, it doesn't matter how many people Lucas killed. Either way, it's pretty disturbing look into the mind of a real-life killer being played by Daryl's evil brother from The Walking Dead. Number 7. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
So burned child murdering demons are now something to be afraid of.
Can't
or
be
at least
real.
dying in the middle of a nightmare about one is. Wes Craven got the idea for the wisecracking nightmare demon from an article that detailed the deaths of a group of Cambodian immigrants in their sleep, which mythologically has been attributed to sleep demons. But in reality, it's a genetic condition involving body rhythms or something. That's why you can always die suddenly in your sleep. At least it won't be preceded by some horrific body mutilation and a lame pun. Number 6. The Blob. What? The amorphous alien creature that ate human beings before being stopped by Steve McQueen's good looks was real? Nah, it wasn't. Part of the story is based off a real event. In 1950, police officers followed up a reported meteorite fall and found an alien-looking jelly that, while not consuming all humanity, did suddenly dissolve and freak people out, giving rise to the carnivorous blob of movie fame. While this meteorite jelly is apparently fairly common when it comes to space jelly, it's only a matter of time before we are all devolved by grape-flavored meteorite goop. Number 5. The Girl Next Door, one of the most notorious torture
I've
porn
seen that.
movies of the last decade, is
I
based on
haven't.
true events because people are fucking monsters. The film is about a young woman being tortured in the basement of her suburban neighbors, which more or less happened to 16-year-old Sylvia Likens in India way back in 1965. Sylvia was tortured by Gertrude, I cannot say this dude's last name, Banaseusk, and her children until she was killed. If anyone tries to convince you things were better in the past, just remind them that people were still fucked up enough to think family
Indiana.
basement torture was a great bonding activity.
Indianapolis.
Honestly, it's torture enough just being related to someone with that last name. Banasuzwix. Number 4. Wolf Creek. Ah, the Australian outback. If all venomous snakes
fucking
don't
hate this
kill
movie
you,
so
then
much.
sure
It's so
as hell
scary.
some weird guy in a
Every time I see a
flannel
truck.
shirt will. One of the biggest horror films to come from down under is actually inspired by a real-life serial killer, Ivan Milat, who murdered at least 7 people in the outback, mostly backpackers. Milat would essentially kidnap the travelers and torture them to death. So next time you plan a trip to the land
Oh, the
down under,
backpack
remember
traveler.
2 things. Don't hitchhike and
Shoulda
don't
knew
trust
that.
kangaroos. Those bastards will beat your ass down. Number 3. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I knew that
This
was
one
real.
won't be a
Never seen
surprise
it.
because the series has played up the true story element way too much. Truth is, the film is based on a true story, but that's if you count there being no chainsaw and no massacre as true. Leatherface and the house were based mostly on the notorious killer Ed Gein, who would dig up corpses and take the remains, constructing masks and furniture from the skin and bones he harvested. So now you don't have to worry about someone in a mask made of human flesh chasing you with a chainsaw, but you should probably get cremated if you don't want someone making a couch out of your spine. Number 2. Jaws. Yes, a movie series about a murderous shark that sometimes wants to get revenge is based on a true story.
Looks so fake.
Kinda.
You
Not
just
really.
Who would just
Jaws
sit in the
itself
shark's
is
mouth
based on
like
a book
that?
by author Peter Benchley, who in turn based his book off the story of a fisherman who caught a great white shark off the coast of Long Island in 1964. Along with this, the novel also incorporated various shark attacks throughout history. So while a shark being blown up by an air canister may not be true, real life did help inspire much of the concept behind the killer sea creature, just like real life inspired Quint's drinking problem as well. Number 1. Psycho. Everyone's least favorite mama's boy was in fact based on a real person who we have actually already talked about.
Never
That's
seen it.
right, the same guy who inspired by Leatherface also inspired the creation of Norman Bates. A guy not only loved digging up dead bodies, but also had the unhealthy obsession with his dead mother's corpse. While we don't know if Guy loved to dress in his mother's clothes as much as Bates did, we do know that he was constructing a female skin suit to get inside his mother's skin. That's a lot worse. That's it for this countdown. And have a good one!
Okay. So, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a massive thumbs up. Share it around to your friends. And if you liked me, who wouldn't? Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. And subscribe to my sister over here. It'll be right on her face. So just hit it. I give you permission.
I give permission to myself to slap you right now.
Wow, that hurt.
Your arm blocked me.
So,